I hear the voices inside my head, see voices behind the wall, uplifting the underdog, we fighting above the law.
Hello. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Bad. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi, everybody.
Dalen. No, it's right now, Preston. Hey, Jan. Hey, Selena. Jordan. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But some love to say that they want to change and want to get along, but it's not really what they want because, as we all know, drama sells. And just like reality TV, the fighting, it sells. And some people know that, and so they continue on with it. Hey, Hev. Bob, I liked your video this morning. I love conspiracy theories. Hey, Dee or DC. Misty. Ghost Ninja. Hey, Ro. RB. Tiffany. The Juvie. Angela. Hi, my love. You guys, that's the community post that I made. Angela is the one who lost her daughter and grandson and isn't getting the proper justice and isn't being looked at as a victim to be able to make a victim impact statement. And we're gonna do another show with her because a lot of you guys are newer to this channel, but I will share the link. I might have shared it on that community post. I will share the link to the original interview with Angela so you can get to know her story. And yeah, we'll have her back on again so that you guys can learn about her. Jory Worthern, he was on the run and wanted by, was it U.S. Marshals? He was U.S. Marshals top 15 most wanted. Thank you, Jordan. And so it's heartbreaking, you guys. She had to clean up after her own daughter and grandson, and she's being denied a victim impact statement while this man was on the run for over a year, right?
Yeah, it was right around or just over a year.
Yeah. And we've had on
we were actually live.
Yeah, we were live when he was caught. You were first. Mr. Share was first to announce it because the bounty hunter on the case, who you guys have met on other shows recently, she let us know because we were kind of helping with that. I actually offered the bounty hunters to kind of like go undercover. Jory and I had matching tattoos, monster tattoos, and so I was looking for things in common because, well, he was still all over social media and stuff. In fact, he was found like in California, I believe. Yeah, so Mr. Share was first to announce when that SOB got caught and locked up and cried like a baby, didn't he, Angela? He cried like a little damn baby. If you're still in here. But you guys, yeah, her story is very sad. And if you guys can check out that community post and email, there's 2 email links on there to try and get proper justice for Angela in this. Angela's the one we've talked about that has actually thought about forgiving this man. So the fact they won't even recognize her as a victim to give an impact statement.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's heartbreaking.
Right from the start is just pitiful.
Oh, Dalen, I'm sorry. Definitely will get you 2 in touch. Ah, Angela, you're so strong. Yeah, if people can take the time and message that and just kind of read what's on there and even go back and listen, and I'll put the link on that community post when I'm done with this show here. And you guys just hear a little bit of her story. I would really appreciate you guys if you could send an email in support of her being seen as the victim that she is in all this. She lost her daughter and her grandson and had to be tormented while this man lived his life every day for a year and is still living his life every day. And yeah, so take the time if you can today. That'd be greatly appreciated. And we'll have her on here to talk about her story so you guys can learn more. Carla, good to see you. Hey, Crystal. Sean's Princess. Okay, you guys. I am going to attempt here to bring up, I want to start, welcome Juvie to the crazy train. And there was one other member.
And DC.
DC, welcome to the crazy train, guys. Woo, woo. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a very sad story, and Miss Angela's super, super strong. Okay, let me see here. I have a statement I somehow missed in the text the other day. This is probably 2 or 3 days old. I do have a statement from Dawn I'm going to share before we kind of go over everything. I know I've been quiet on this case for a little while, but I'm not just going to come on here just to talk and just to say nothing, but just hashtag the name. If there's nothing that I think is of value that I can bring to the table, I'm just going to stay quiet. Plus, I've just tired of the hate, you guys. So that's another reason. So anyone that says I'm in it for the money, I've been quiet on my channel for longer than most YouTubers would be on a case like this. So
Cold case, Crystal. Clever.
a phone number, or was it a case file? I don't know, but we can't be doing that. Okay, let me see if I can get these. And babe, I'm going to send them to you so I can actually read them.
Okay.
Or actually, I can zoom in and read, right? Yeah, okay, I can just zoom in when I'm sharing the screen. Why is it not letting me?
Tequila, we're just getting going. Later, Angela.
It's not going to let me show pictures, only videos. Well, shoot. Let me just see. Let me see here. Yeah. Okay.
Sean's Princess says you still gotta fix me when you get a chance.
Yes, I gotta get your tool back, your wrench back. Babe, I sent you the link. Can you please join on here so I can hop off for 90 seconds? You guys, I'm gonna screen record really quick and make a quick video out of the screenshots. Why didn't that send? So that I can add it to this quick and show you guys, because I know a lot of haters will be like, just show us, improve us. So I want to show you while I'm talking about it. I'm sorry, I thought I could show pictures, not just videos. Okay, so when he hops on, I'm gonna hop off just for 2 minutes, because I have them ready. Your tool back. Okay.
There we are.
All right, guys, I'm just gonna do this quick. I could have swore I showed pictures the other day.
Well, you can share your screen, but I don't know how well that works on a phone.
Oh, I've been doing it when you're at work. Awesome. I've been showing my screen, huh, guys? Just not pictures, I guess.
Hmm.
Is this the first one? Okay.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I was always here. I was just
4. Okay. All right. So.
go figure, Badger life. Yeah, no, neither law enforcement sure isn't telling anybody anything.
What I love is the TBI did an update about social media giving in like false tips and stuff, and social media people being misleading and not helpful, and everyone's like, that means you share. And I cannot wait for the day to make people that talk like that and think like that look dumb, because they have no idea what they're talking about. It's probably the people who are calling in and saying that me and Dawn have been colluding together. That just sounds stupid.
Some of the shit people say is ridiculous. The fact that people believe it is even more ridiculous. I mean, it's one thing for a hater to make up a lie to try and hurt somebody. It's a whole other for people to actually be so gullible that they believe that shit. Mama Kim.
Mama Kim! Almost done, guys. I'm reading it through my head while I have it going, so we'll.
Sounds like Snowflake talk, right? It does. I agree, Bob G. She is. She gets so much damn hate. It is ridiculous. Half of Americans still believe Trump won. I think he should have, but that's just my personal opinion. Biden can't even get out a damn sentence. I don't know how the hell he's running the country. Jesus, that's no good cold case.
Okay.
Sorry, Sean's princess. I couldn't help myself. You're right, Angel. Yeah, we'll steer clear of politics.
Yeah, I try.
Hmm. Yeah, some people feel really strongly about it. So
Goodbye, husband. Okay, guys, let me see here.
be mean. She kicked me.
Oh, whoops, I just tried to send the link. Mama Kim, just so you know, we did reach out to the people you sent, and just waiting for them. I'm sure messages are being held in the spam folder or whatever, but Benny left a couple comments actually on their Facebook to check their messages. I'm not going to say much more. I don't want people, but we are looking into it. Amber, oh my gosh. I love you guys. Oh, you guys are very, very, very daring to be in this chat right now. I hate the idea of people following you to just hate you guys because you're friends with me. Brandolyn, there you are. Okay, let me see here if I can find this now.
Actually, that really pisses me off. There are people watching this right now that want to show their support and interact with everybody, but
They won't.
they won't because they get shit on.
They're afraid, yeah, just for being my friend or even just liking the content. Like, I've had people private message me, and like I just feel sad that they feel like they can't publicly support who they want. And that's why people like to call me Little Miss Flip Flopper, but I'm going to support publicly who I want, because I've been there when I first started my platform, where I may not have liked every video that someone put out, but I did like a couple, and you know, I could not comment on it until one day I did, and I started getting questioned about my loyalty and all that bullshit. I'm like, whatever. It is ridiculous. And what's more ridiculous, it's a bunch of adults acting this way. Prove your loyalty, even though I've never met you before in our life and you're all in a whole nother country, but prove your loyalty to me. Do not leave a comment on a YouTube video or you are just outcast and shunned. All right, let me find, where is it? All right, here we go with this. Oh, sorry guys. Let me here pause this, and I know you guys can't probably see it. I'm gonna read it out though. Right up above it, that first text says, it says, cheer. Here's a statement I'd like you to share. Obviously he meant share, but anyway, it says, okay, Benny, I'll send that to you in a second. Hello, everyone. I said I would make a statement on my kidnapped daughter, Summer. She was kidnapped on June 15th. It has been 3 months now, and still my wife and I have no answers on where my daughter, Summer, can be found, or on the heartless kidnapper that stole her away. Summer was a sweet, caring, kind-hearted little girl with blonde hair and beautiful blue eyes. She was so full of life and had an electrifying energy that just lit up the world and them around her, meaning a room seemed too small to hold all of Summer's happy, bright, positive form of energy. I believe that is why Summer loved being outside so much. She was a ball of pure sunshine that loved spreading and sharing her God-given gift of positive energy with everyone around her. Summer loved singing, dancing, running, jumping, and spinning around with her arms out and the biggest, sweetest, full of life smile always upon her face. And Summer was a free spirit. Okay, hold on. Hold on here. It's not letting me go to the next one. Where's Mr. Share when I need him? Oh, shit. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. Summer was a free spirit full of life that needed this world, and this world needs Summer. So, to whoever took her, please bring her back. My wife and I love and miss our little girl so much. The hurt, pain, stress, and worry are killing us from the inside out. I do not believe you understand the severity of heart trending you have done by kidnapping my sweet 100% innocent little girl. God darn it. Okay. Okay, you do not understand the severity and heart trending you have done by kidnapping my sweet 100% innocent little girl. I pray to God Almighty that you have not critically hurt or killed my 5-year-old little girl, because you will be pulled to the light for all to see and understand what type of human you really are. And I will be there looking you right in the face, fighting the law and the court system to not lock you away for life, but to take your life, the way your own selfishness and pure evilness took my 5-year-old daughter's life away. I try sticking with God Almighty, but my friends are right. I am hurt so deep. I believed that hurt was just feeling like anger. Know that deep hurt and pain is for my daughter. I love and miss her so much. Okay. I love and miss her so much and just want her back, but I must face this anger also because it is inside me, bottled up, waiting on the sick, selfish bastard that stole my daughter right off her own land where a 5-year-old child should feel and always be the safest. See, this is why I have a hard time talking about my little girl. I cannot even stay on topic about her when writing. My mind is so full of hurt, pain, and pure anger over the selfish, heinous crime some selfish, predatory psychopath decided he was going to commit on June 15th, 2021. Summer had no chance of fighting against such a sick-minded human. No child does, and I want the laws changed ASAP on selfish, sicko child abductors. They have no rights being free within our society. I ask everyone to please help us get the laws changed before more children and families are destroyed at the hands of heartless, pure evil, selfish, predatory psychopaths. Do you know how bad it hurts? I'm having trouble reading this. All right, let me get to the. Let me pause it. Okay. Do you know how bad it hurts to just imagine what a heartless, pure, evil, selfish, predatory psychopaths might be doing to your child? I hope you don't or ever do, due to the fact your mind wants to just shut down and your soul feels like it's going to flee your body if you do not use everything within oneself to hold them together. It is a hurt and pain that makes tears sting your eyes just thinking about it. And your biggest fear is you understand it will not ever fully leave no matter what happens. The damage is done. Nothing will ever be the same again, and all you want is to turn back time. But you can't. This is destroying me. I am sorry, but I cannot write anything else right now. But thank you for listening and allowing me to pour my feeling out on paper in order to allow you to understand what my family and I am dealing with. Thank you all for listening. And Benny, thank you for being a real friend during the darkest hours. God bless you, and God bless all the viewers supporting us also. Thank you again, and good night.
Benny just hammering people in the Yeah, some of you are missing the point. It doesn't matter if Don wrote it or not. Don sent that to her, so she relayed it to you, like she said she's going to do when he sends messages.
Right. It's not up to me. Did he write it? Didn't he write it? If you want my personal opinion, no. I mean, clearly that's different, but if he had help writing it, I mean, oh well. I'm just here to bring you guys, what I've been sent from the source. That's all I can do. You're cracking heads. Hey, Mary. Hey, Carla. Right. Exactly. Okay, and now I've got there's no way I was playing 2.5 hours of, Jody Sue, and there were some parts that kind of stood out to me, and gosh, I hate this situation I'm in right now. Well, I'm just gonna play it and go through, things that I had talked with Don about it, and things that went off in my mind about it. I'm going to be honest. I do think that she was put up to doing that video. I caught her reading something and trying to remember. I did pixelate the video because a lot of people were making fun of her for being messed up on drugs or whatever, and that's not what I want. I just want you to hear the words she's saying, not judge her by how she looks. But I thought, actually, I was very jealous of her makeup. Her eyeshadow was beautiful. So Jody Sue, if you see this, I think you're beautiful. I just don't want people hating on you, because it's about what you're saying, not what you're wearing or what your face looks like or anything what they're trying to say. So, Alex, thank you. Now, let me find that one. Okay.
So somewhere between.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it and go through it. Like I said, it's not all of it. We'll kind of do it in parts. I'm guessing most of you in here have seen this video. Thank you, Denise. Miss Wednesday, hey. Most of us heard Jody Sue. We just want your opinion, and Donna Candace seemed like she was trying to help them to meet. I disagree with that. What I got from it was somebody was trying to help Candace, not Dawn. And again, there's some. I mean, I've said it all before. I'm not going to repeat it right now, but I mean, I've legit told Dawn, like, don't let other people put charges on you that might not be yours. You know, do the right thing. I mean, is what it is. Unfortunately, Dawn thinks that that is a good video because his name isn't mentioned in it. Now, if you're watching that video, though, it's highly incriminating to Dawn as well as somebody else in there. Most of you have seen it, so I'm not even going to repeat who. I mean, it's pretty crystal clear what was going on. And as far as believing Candace's real tears and all of that, so I'll kind of go. Let's just kind of go through it. I know Benny's already gone through it. So.
Yeah, no, I'm just here this morning to play devil's advocate, I guess. A lot of people say, "Oh, Benny, you're great at that." So here I am. I just want to say one thing. I don't know anything about Jody Sue, and a lot of people know that when I come on, Cher and we challenge each other, and so that means not always do we just yes ma'am or yes sir each other, right? Like there are certain things that I'm like, well, I have this opinion, and because I love you guys, it's okay. I did find a level of honesty in Jody Sue, but that's just me. I'm only speaking for me.
I found some of it, to be honest, just not all of it, or maybe even her intention.
Say that again, I'm sorry?
On video. I said not all of it, but some of it I believe, some of it I don't. I think she's telling her truths, but I think she's leaving strategic parts out on purpose. I feel as though it's a strategic move. I don't know. I guess I'm not gonna. I don't know.
I'm not trying. I'm also not coming here to be something different than you. I also haven't watched the other half of it either. So I only have just input from the first half. So I certainly, I guess, am open to be swayed with the correct evidence.
Well, I think she's brave no matter what, because I do think she's telling her truths, but I think that there's truths being left out, and I think it's strategic. I think it's to protect one person over another, and that's my takeaway from watching it. I'm not going to lie about what my opinion is on watching it, but I do think she was brave for coming forward. I sensed that she was scared to talk, but again, I think she's leaving things out to more protect a certain person than another. And I don't think that like Dawn told me, well, she can't talk about me because I was at work. She has nothing to say. Notice that Dawn was left out of there. Dawn's name wasn't mentioned. But because his name wasn't mentioned doesn't mean that it's good for Dawn.
I agree. I have a tendency to agree with that.
We asked that no one bash the Wells family. Yeah, we don't want anyone bashing. Just Jody Sue did not incriminate Dawn. She probably didn't really know him much, and he wasn't there that day when she heard the scream. Fair enough. Fair enough. I still feel my own certain way about it, but that's okay. I'm gonna play it now, though.
And I'll also say one thing real quick, as far as any statements are concerned, we see, like in the Gabby Petito case, we see the lawyer making statements for the families respectively, and you're not getting a real bash session on the Laundries or the Petitos based upon someone else preparing a statement for them. So just bear in mind, don't just look for anything to bash somebody. What the statement is about is the statement represents how that family feels. That's all that's important. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I did think that as well, just so you know. I mean, I think that was pretty clear. But yeah, and you're right. She could be keeping out things for because TBI told her to. That's fine. But if it was that serious and that huge of a thing, I doubt she'd be allowed to be talking about it at all. Yes. So there's that. Emma, hello. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go through some of this. I think I missed the part. Maybe it's in there, but I think I was upset with myself for missing the part. If you guys listen to it, she specifically talks about she was walking in the creek, using her feet to search for whatever. And also she talked about for if the dogs came later, I didn't want to ruin scents or whatever. So I thought it was interesting that already that was in her head. You know what I'm saying? Like dogs coming in and searching and stuff like already that was in her head after she heard a muffled scream and was helping look like where did Summer go. So there were certain things that did stand out to me, like why was that in your head already, you know what I mean? And I don't think I got that part in there, but you do hear her talking about being in the creek. So hold on.
The children and I were sitting there being pretty loud, laughing, carrying on. I mean, and when I say loud, we're pretty loud. However, the cabin was quiet, TV running, no air, no fans. And this scream happens. This noise I originally tried to dismiss but it was so different and so wrong that it immediately hits me in the gut as not right. And it shuts all three of us down cold, mid-sentence. It was that strange. And,
okay. I want you guys to remember she said that. It was so strange that it stopped everybody stone cold, okay? Because keep listening. She's about to say they waited a while before they even went out there to see what that scream was. And she says a while, like it was a good while. So just, again, that stands out to me, so.
I mean, as someone who's grown up in the woods and with critters of all kinds, like, if you want to meet Ellie Mae, I'm it. This wasn't, but I tried. It was so strange that I immediately tried to dismiss it as something else, including a dog, even though I knew better, and what I thought was, okay, well, we heard a car door, right? The one. And even though by this point, the woodcutter's been gone for hours, should not have been there. In my head, trying to dismiss this, I was like, okay, so one of Candus's dogs has gotten too close to where a woodcutter was, and they've kicked it. But I knew the sound was wrong for a dog. And I knew it didn't make sense because there'd be no reason there'd be a straggler in there that long. For the woodcutters, right? Whatever you want to call them. But I was like, well, and my kids are like, well, that's the kids. And I'm like, it's not the kids. Because first thing in my mind, when kids is mentioned in that context, is the boys, right? Candus's. Now, I know all of their sounds, trust me. Oh, boy, do I. And I'm not use their names because, but, I've known them since they were littles, and I've heard every noise you can imagine out of those three. I hear them play every day. Oh, and I'm like, Candus, I'm sorry, but they kind of, their radiation when I was barking, they drove me a little crazy. That's what I'm saying now. But anyway, I've heard every noise you can imagine out of those three. And they go down further than Summer, and they do ride their dirt bikes back and forth and things like that. And they go in places that Summer really doesn't. But this wasn't their noises. But that's what hit me, right? That's not the boys, and that's what I said. And it never really occurred to me, Summer. And the reason is because Summer doesn't play down far enough to really hear. Sometimes when she's high on the bank, or, one of the boys are picking, or she's picking, or she's mad, but not a whole lot do you hear Summer. Not like the boys. Oh, dear. I mean, you'll hear her faintly, you'll hear whatever, but she stays a little closer to the house and things. And contrary to popular belief, I've never once seen Summer in the road. Those kids, no. She's also not the type to it's not, even when people, look, no. So, Anyway, but my daughter jumps up and goes to the door of the cabin because she's closest. And what she hears, sorry, I'm making sure her headphones are on, like I said. I'm going through enough as is. And this has been, so, anyway, not, you know. Anyway. Whew. So, she gets to the cabin door first. And this was a pretty quick series of events. It was a, you know, what is that? That's the kids. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. And she gets to the door first, and she goes, I can still hear it. It's one of the kids. And she was like, it's going, you know, it's muffled. Those were her exact words. That day, she was like, I can still hear it. I couldn't hear it at that point any longer. But like I said, she was the first one to the door, had her head out. And she says that she can hear it. It's still muffled. It was leaving the road, kind of. But that she could still hear it. So, you know, for a little while, it's just so weird, right? So, and I believe she also said she could hear a car too. I could not, but I was further back. You know, like I said, she was first door, he was second. But then we go out, onto the banks again, you know, and we're listening, we're looking. We don't hear or see anything really. We eventually go back in. Then, yeah, I get ready. I start getting ready not too long after that because normal time for Voldemort to get off of work. But then Voldemort texts and says he's going to be running behind, that he's working over. And so somewhere, and I believe around 6, you know, they usually get out. Either way, he was running quite a bit behind. But at one point near 6, and I believe on the phone at 6:09, I'm going around the top curve right away to start the descent down. By this point, I'm hearing, hold on. So, like I was saying, I'd gotten down, looked into the tile, didn't see Summer. But I went across back over to the left, which is Candace's property, where the other side of the tile is. And that's if you're going out the road, not yet. So, crossed over, and I started to a spot that's kind of clear, and head towards the creek, because I think, well, you know, maybe brothers have left her behind, or she's fallen off the top of the hill, she's gotten hurt, or right, and we need to find her, if that's the case, because in my head, I'm like, well, it's been a while since I heard this scream, this noise. If she's hurt, she's been here a while.
Okay, sorry. I tried to answer your question, but I didn't take myself off of mute. Baltimore is not a real person. It's just what she is naming her ex, I believe. You know, so it's not a real person's name, at least that we found. And in the beginning of the video, she says, we'll just call this person Baltimore. So just an alias that she's using for the person.
That staying in the water keeps sent down for dogs if they have to be brought in. So also it's a good way to check.
Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. Why are we already worried about the dogs coming in and scents and everything when you're just looking for Summer? But again, if it was that bad of a scream, she waited a while before going out there. I don't know. I'm sorry. It does not sit right with me.
Yeah. I didn't hear it like that.
No, yeah, but
Hold on, let me rewind
what's in the
that.
bottom and deepest spots. Sorry. Go down the left side of their property towards the creek on that side that I had looked down towards earlier.
God damn it.
There when, you know, I could tell that Candace and the boys had met up when they were hollering for Summer and circling the hill at the top. And Candace was like, you know, to the oldest was like, what did you do? What did you do? And not like an accused her. It was more, and at the same time, I keep an eye on the bank going around Candace's. and to the top of the hill. Before I'd stepped into the creek, I could hear the boys go down the left side of their property towards the creek on that side that I had looked down towards earlier. And there was a point there when, I could tell that Candus and the boys had met up when they were hollering for Summer and circling the hill at the top. And Candus was like, to the oldest, was like, "What did you do? What did you do?" And not like an accused. It was more of a, like, "Did you not have eyes on your sister? Did you leave her behind?" So, literally at this point, I thought, okay, then I was, like, it is that the boys were supposed to have an eye on her and didn't or something. And, so anyway, I'm stepping into the creek.
What?
I was, I don't know, not too far in.
Do?
And I.
What was that, Benny?
She said, "What did you do? What did you do?" But then she said, kind of like, "Where is she?" Like, that doesn't, to me, I guess I didn't hear it like that the first time either.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to interrupt
he's
you.
asking the boys, "What did you do?" Yeah, and see, there's
Like,
things
what
in
did
this
you
video.
do?
And
Yeah.
someone said before, she's saying it's not Candus and the boys, but she's not saying it's not Don. Like, I'm sorry, but just because his name isn't mentioned doesn't mean it's good for, this video looks good for him. But I will say, I'll repeat, Don says he's happy with this video. And I will point out that she says she just talked to Candus, and she kind of pauses because I think she knows, just like when she put the glasses on, I think she realized we could see she was reading bullet points and stuff that were either texted or given. I also think somebody else was there and not necessarily a little child, because if you look, she ends one of the videos and she talks about the phone cord. "Oh my God, stop with the phone cord." She also says, "Oh, ow, I got a cramp." I actually think somebody gave her a little kick under the table, because she redirected what she was talking about after that. Like, there's just so many red flags in my opinion. I didn't really want to tell them all today because, but there's so many red flags. I do believe, and she stops herself from, "Oh yeah, Candus, I talked to Candus today. No, I mean yesterday. Yeah, today or yesterday." No, I believe that she was put up to this video just so everyone knows what my thoughts and opinions are, and I don't even care at this point. That's how I feel. We do know that they love to put people up to things and play pranks and all this other crap, so. Made me think Summer was kidnapped, and I think Candus was asleep. That could be too. Like when she says, because I do think she's guilty over the 2-minute thing, and the 2-minute change from 4 minutes to 10 minutes to however long now. It honestly could be that she fell asleep and she feels guilty that it happened on her time, and
Right.
But another thing I want to point out is Don's statement. He says the kidnapper, one person. He's referring to one person, not them, not multiple people. And I want to point out that in the video, Jody Sue says she hears the vehicle come up and only one car door. So if it was multiple people, I think we're hearing multiple car doors opening and closing.
Yeah.
Just my little red flag moment in that. By who and what and share? Well, I think Don thinks that this is helping him because he's not mentioned, but I don't think that is a good thing because it's making him look guilty. But I think it's very, very protective over Candus. And I'm sorry, but no matter what you believe, if you believe that Don's involved, I don't see how you can think that Candus is not involved, and vice versa. If you think Candus is involved, I don't know how you can't see that Don is involved either.
Well,
if you're thinking that way, that's my personal opinion.
Right, if you're thinking that way.
All right, I keep playing this darn video. And yes, she showed her face in the videos. I didn't, because a lot of you who have probably seen the comments about this woman, some are good and saying she's brave. The other half are just mean and nasty about her appearance. So I decided to pixelate her. Also covering my ass. Too many people hate me and I don't want strikes.
Hola.
just wasn't going to do that. But it was mostly because of cars, not because I ever thought kidnapper or whatever. And, you know, there are bears and this and the other, but my kids kind of know how to act. And, I mean, our feet from them most days. And so it's not really a big deal for us. Wildlife's a thing. They know how to, you know, traverse that world. Because, like I said, Ellie Mae, right? So they've been taught. It's never really been animals for me that I've worried about with them. Or even people. It's been that somebody come around the curve because of the way the road's shaped right there, and then they'll get tops right at our old mailbox. It's super dangerous. So, anyway, but Candus and I had similar issues throughout the years and helped each other through those situations. You know, if one of us, she needed a ride away, or I needed her to take pictures for me, or, you know, so there was things like that. And we kind of kept that to ourselves through the years for obviously good reason. But if one of the kids needed something, or, you know, was like cut or whatever, I mean, there was many times that she'd call and be like, hey, do you have, you know, and so, you know, either way, hold on. I mean, we talk at mailboxes, Voldemort would go and chit-chat, do whatever. I mean, he was up there far more than I was. You know, mostly trapped in the box on my side there. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, that it wasn't like we're besties, or we hang out, or, you know, like, that way people understand.
Did I see someone say that Jody's in the chat? She is in the chat. I mean, I think she is scared, but I do, Jody Sue, I'm sorry, but I think part of the fear is that I think, you know, you're leaving some truth out. I don't know, but if you want to come up here, you can. Benny can send you the link. Yeah, and I can see that, and I'm sorry for the hate that you're getting. But yeah, I saw a lot of the comments. I do think you're brave, but I do have my own personal opinions on the video, that's all. Benny, if she wants to come up, you can get her the link. I don't want to put the link in chat though, because
Gotcha.
Not for everybody. Right, only if she wants to. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong down the line.
To the relationship here. But as a community, neighbors, mothers, I know her well enough to know that her face was genuine that day. And I know with what was already going on in their lives, that her calling the police that day was a big step and not something she would have done lightly. And for her to have done so, immediately told me that it was serious, and sort of that she, you know, like, still firmly believe she had nothing to do with any of this. And I mean, I've had people almost make me that, like, but I know in my gut, in my heart, that she didn't. If y'all could have seen her face and heard her voice, and y'all understand, I see what the rest of the public does. The same information's out here for me to read and see too. I know certain behaviors make it look really weird and really whatever, and I understand, I get it. I do, and I understand where some people are coming from, and, you know, eating life, some of it, I get it. And I get the past stuff, and I get whatever. But in my gut, and in my heart, I know she didn't, you know, and I just, either way. So I tell her I'm looking, and I jump back into the woods and then back into the creek, and then our other neighbor, who I'm not going to name, had either heard the commotion and was already out, but I heard him and her talking. I don't know if she got him or if he was already out, and a lot of times he is already in, you know, around that time. So I don't know how it happened. I was looking on my own, so I was focused, but I did pick up enough to know that he had joined by this point. And then I looked back at one point, and he's pretty close to me. He's still in the road, and he was like, "You want the creek?" And I was like, "Well, you got boots on. I've got sandals on. That makes more sense." So he took the bank beside of me so he could walk it and look for tracks. I could stay in the water, and I could look. And that way it kept out on tracks, but covered everything. And so we both walked through, and like I said, the point foliage was a little different than even just a couple days after. I mean, it was quick how fast it popped up. And then right where this is at.
Where did that question go?
I've sent her the link.
Okay. I think about things like water scent tracks because I've grown up and lived in the woods my entire life. You know what? I can see that because, well, a little bit. My kids are hunters, so I kind of get that. But yeah. And I can also get maybe you guys think about it a little more in that area if the crime rate is higher there too. I mean, I don't know, because I've heard back and forth. It's not as we've all been told to. It is very bad there. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been in that area, so I can't really say just what's been put out, by what Don has said or other people have said about that area, I guess. No problem, Misty. What you said speaks volumes. Exactly right. It's both or neither. I would like to say that it's my opinion that an accident occurred and they freaked out. I have reasons why I think this. That's possible too. Definitely. I mean, I've thought that 100 times that maybe there was an accident. But I don't know. Why bring Biden into this? Did someone bring Biden into this?
Weirdos.
Weird.
Dang on weirdos, man.
Oh, Benny danced for you? I might have bathed the cat, but Benny danced. Oh my gosh.
I did too, to Let's Get It On.
You took that copyright strike?
I took it twice.
Where'd that go? Rewind mode, probably. No, I sped it up because it takes a long time to listen to it. It's 2.5 hours, and that was at the beginning when Mr. Scher and others were talking politics. Oh, oh, they must be coming when the Russian meeting. Yeah, we said no politics, though. I think I don't know. There you go, Bob. Okay, we'll continue on with this here.
That coincidentally is where the clear cutting started, and it was ground down to mud and dirt like I've never seen before. Even the creek was dammed up in spots. I mean, it was crazy. So I follow the creek. He follows the bank, which is the bottom of Candus's hill, is it the main piece there. We keep in contact when we can't see one another. We're like, have you seen any tracks? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? I'm dragging the bottom of my feet. I'm looking at the mud, see tracks, anything. There's nothing. And he's getting nothing. And we should have had something been through there just because of how devastated it was and sort of how muddy it had been made by the clear cutting. It was very thick, mushy. It wasn't normal like it would have been had they not clear cut. But tracks would have been there and even more pronounced because of it. It was still so messed up that I don't know. Either way, at the creek area, though, it wasn't as, Anyway, I get to points to where you can tell that obviously the creek's not been touched. It's stagnant for a pretty lengthy period, even though there had been rain just a night or two before. And so I could tell nothing had been there in those spots, but I went through them anyway. Felt with my feet at the bottom, looked for tracks on the banks, and then I would hop out in places I couldn't get through because they would have been messed up so bad by the clear cutting and stuff. And I would hop right back in on the other side of whatever was, and rinse, repeat.
Jean Lewis, yeah. You're exactly right that everybody is now suspicious to not just me, but a lot of people covering this case because of things that have happened and jokes that people think is funny. And unfortunately, it does make me suspicious of everything at this point. And like I said at the beginning, I believe that Jody Sue is telling her truth, but I also believe that there's certain things left out for a purpose. I think that's also part why she's so scared. It could be anything. It could be her ex that she's talking about too. Like I said, I don't know her. I actually haven't spoken to her. I don't count right now just through saying something I see her chat. Like I haven't spoken to her privately. I don't know. I can only judge by what I watched like everybody else and what my opinions are. And again, I will repeat that Dawn and Candace are quite okay with her video and think it's great. So, I mean, there's that. Hey, Tennessee. And yeah, I'm sorry that, I can tell that she has suffered quite a bit of abuse. And I feel the way I feel, though. I feel it's to protect Candace, and maybe so. That's okay. If not, I'm wrong, then I'm sorry that I'm wrong. It's just my opinion and how I feel right now, with me placing things together. And it is unfortunate that when Jodi-Sue or other people come and tell the truth, that, yeah, we are suspicious. I am suspicious. There's no way I can't be, and especially in any case, but this case most of all. Did I just do that? I did. Hold on, guys. Let me.
What the hell did you do, Cher?
I went back or freaking rewound or something. We're really.
Candace and I kind of had similar issues throughout the years because it took, I don't know, a good 3 or 4 years or so of us being trapped where we were before we even really met them. We knew they were over there and lived there. But that's how kind of little contact everybody wants with one another where we live. Unless it's an emergency, a murder, or something like don't come on my heel type of situation, right? And anyway, so weren't besties or anything like that. Like a cup of sugar, just when the kids need something. Hey, I forgot toilet paper today. We watch the kids for this or whatever that. Throughout the years, I watched them a few times. I mean, even our kids, we really didn't play together or anything through the years, but we knew each other's kids. The boys went back and forth. The girls did not. If we had messages to send or internet wasn't working or power was out, it's the boys that would come back and forth. Hate to be double standard like that, but, up until right before all of this, my preteen hadn't even been allowed to walk to mailbox because it's that far away from the house, and we just, yeah. It's like the mailbox is the only point of vulnerability, really. And I just wasn't going to do that, but it was mostly because of callers, not because I ever thought kidnapper or whatever. And, there are bears and this and the other, but my kids kind of know how to act, and, I mean, our feet from them most days. And so it's not really a big deal for us. Wildlife's a thing. They know how to, traverse that world. Because like I said, Ellie Mae, right? So they've been taught. It's never really been animals for me that I've worried about with them. Or even people. It's been that somebody come around the curve because of the way the road's shaped right there, and then the way it tops right at our old mailbox. It's super dangerous. So, anyway, but Candace and I had similar issues throughout the years and helped each other through those situations. If one of us, she needed a ride away, or I needed her to take pictures for me, or so there was things like that. And we kind of kept that to ourselves through the years for obviously good reason. But if one of the kids needed something, or was like cut or whatever, I mean, there was many times that she'd call and be like, "Hey, do you have," and so either way. Hold on. I mean, we talk at mailboxes. Voldemort would go and chit chat, do whatever. I mean, he was up there far more than I was. Mostly trapped in the box on my side there. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there that it wasn't like we're besties or we hang out or, like that way people understood the relationship here. But as a community neighbors, mothers,
but she did trust her with the children.
I know her well enough to know that her face was genuine that day. And I know with what was already.
What was that?
She trusted her enough to leave her children and to watch, Candace trusted her enough to watch her kids, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I guess you don't have to be besties to do that, but you are placing some sort of trust in that person to watch your children,
Yeah.
Just wanted to comment on that.
Yes, the Wells' old neighbor. Yeah. They were neighbors for many years. Yep. It's just the way it is in the holler. That's what we're learning. I'm still sticking with innocent until proven guilty. We all need to come together and deal with the issue, which is finding Summer. Oh, she reported to law enforcement a while ago. She even mentioned, like, she did a written statement for the police and everything. She mentioned in the comments. So she reported it. I want to say she reported it right away, actually, because people did know the screams were heard, but they just never said anything until more recently, when everyone was like, oh, they're just making it up now. And no. So I believe she reported it right away, probably that day when people came out and started questioning. John Wall shares on Wednesday, September 29th at 10 p.m. an investigation discovery for whoever asked about him. Yes, because he is doing a segment on missing Summer Wells. Well, Linda, that's where when we go back and we watch, I don't know what people think, but would you guys think that the McCain family is guilty or innocent? Because, everybody reacts differently. So, I don't know, but there are some things that Don has said that have made both of us, like me, Benny, and even Mr. Cher, where we'll like fight it in our own minds. Of course, there's no way you can't. We all see the red flags.
Absolutely.
They're there. And so when we're battling in our heads this, like, there are times when Don does like break down, and it's either he's really good acting or it's really genuine. But the one conversation, he's like, why won't anyone fucking believe me? And I remember Benny's like, you got, like, I believe him. Like, I believe that. And I did too, but I'm still suspicious. I'm just a suspicious person of everybody, really. Would you think it would be a good idea for them to speak to John Walsh? Yeah, I think that if I had a missing daughter, I would be speaking to anyone that would listen, and I'd want the name out there. Yes, I realize, and I always preach that the media manipulates things, but at the same time, you want your daughter's name out there anyway, right? And those things are being ignored, but social media is being used. But the actual Dr. Phil and things like that, even local news medias in the area, they're all being ignored. And to me, that's not what we've seen in a lot of cases that are innocent, even the ones that are innocent or guilty and act innocent for years and get in trouble years later. That's not what we see. Usually you still see them all over the news and everything, not just sticking to YouTube and Facebook. John Walsh, it's a YouTube show now, I believe, isn't it? Why do you think, and who do you think put her up to doing the video? This is the second time I've asked you. Oh, just seeing that now, honestly, I think Don and Candace. I think Don said, don't mention my name, and obviously Candace came out looking like, what does it say? It says, I don't think Candace and the boys did this. It says nothing about Don strategically. Like, even if you say Don's at work for the day, then you say that. Like, I don't think Don and Candace did this, or I don't think the Wells family did this. Not specifically, I don't think Candace and the boys did this. I don't know. To me, I just see things a little bit weird with that. And again, I haven't spoken privately.
I agree with that.
To Jody Sue.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just how I look at it. And another thing that stands out at me And again, whatever my opinion is, does not mean that Benny shares the same opinion because he is on a panel with me. We both will text each other when we think we're wrong. Like, we do keep each other in check, like he said. We don't always be like, yep, you're right. Like, there's times where he's really mean, and yeah, we definitely disagree on a lot of things and agree on a lot of things. So there's that.
Yep.
The thing that also stands out to me, oh fuck, I have to point it out. Jody Sue says she's seen Candus crying, whatever. We already know that she can turn on the tears as needed. We've witnessed that, and I'm sorry, that's my personal opinion. But also, how many of you in here, if you just get there, she's on the phone with Dawn, and that does align though with what they said is that they talked on Facebook Messenger the whole way. So that does align. She was on the phone with Dawn the whole time, right? But now Jody Sue goes up there and says, I'm sorry. And right away, without even having to hear very much of what's going on, apparently Dawn says, are you telling me my little girl was taken? I don't know how you make that leap when you live in the woods. Not that she has ran off or maybe she went down a path or like anything else. It's right away to like, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened or whatever, to, are you telling me my little girl was took? That's a problem for me. And I think that probably had to have stood out to Jody Sue too, maybe. But again, she's there. I'm not. She probably knows a lot more. We never hung out or were besties, just neighbors. And in our area, neighbors don't interact or behave like city neighbors. We are there for each other, even if we don't know each other. I understand that also. That's why it's so messed up, Jody Sue, because I get a lot of what you're saying, but some of it just doesn't kind of make sense. I think you're like you see that and know that, even just listening to your videos, you're like, I see what everyone sees, like I understand. And you've even thought in your own head about Candus being innocent. So I do appreciate you being in the chat to say more. My own mom knows how to turn on the waterworks to get her way. She's 70 years old. Again, I'm just suspicious because of certain things that have happened in the case. There's no way I can't be at this point suspicious of everybody. Soon, Chair will say Summer didn't want to live home no more and moved out. Okay. Yeah, that's what I would say about a 5-year-old.
Have a good day.
Yeah, goodbye. I'm going to do you a favor. And that makes sense too, Amber. It makes sense she'd be allowed to mention some things and not other things. I totally get that, and that could be the case. You're right. She fell somewhere and was hurt. Apparently, it's what I'll end up saying in the future. They can predict the future of what comes out of my mouth, which is crazy because even I can't do that, or Mr. Cher.
I was showing her and I brought it out. I told her, look. And I went, and her hand was right there. And she's like, oh, that hit me really, really hard. I gotta put ice on it.
Yeah, and how do you recommend, because I see everyone say that, we need to keep the focus solely on Summer. How do we do that? Like, I need someone to tell me, how do we keep, like, what is keeping the focus on Summer if it's not finding real answers? What is keeping the focus on Summer mean to you guys then? Should I just be up here nonstop repeating over and over Summer Wells' name? Like, what more do you want? If we can't find real answers, clearly we don't have the answers. Sure, did Cam notice a well of some sort when they were on the property? You will have to ask Cam that. I believe, did a treatment and was lying down in the cabin, relaxing, talking with her children. Could be. I don't think it's any of our business what she was doing. I will say the one thing that stood out to me, I felt bad for her, and I totally got it, is when she said that her and her kids were happy and having a good time while they could because someone wasn't home. That broke my heart for her because I understand exactly what she's saying, and I'm glad that she's safe now. Thank you, Teal girl. Go tell Sam that. It means stop fighting over SA, stop fighting over parents. When has that even been brought up lately? 'Cause I sure haven't. I sure haven't. That damn cat hair on my phone. Yes, Red Wing. It's very hard to keep the focus when you go to certain channels and they have pics of family next, baseball bats, people putting out fake interviews and pics, and so much name calling. Yeah, to me, to keep her, Summer Wells, is to continue trying to find the answers and to try and find the truth, because right now there is no Summer Wells, and there's definitely lies going on, and it's definitely still an open investigation because we don't have the answers. So to me, this is my way of keeping Summer Wells, I'm still trying to find the answers. I don't know how else we can, and you're absolutely right by it needs to be not about the essay and all of that. And trust me, that's been relied to Dawn over and over and over again. But it's not just Dawn it need to be stuck in their head too, though, because it wasn't Dawn who started that to begin with. It wasn't Dawn that made it all about the essay. So, I mean, there's that. I've had people try to make me doubt her innocence and what I've known in my gut and heart since day one. Second one, those are two very different things. Okay. Yeah, you did say that. You did say, yeah, you did. You said there's other people who had me questioning it, or
They're not done. They're going to continue trying to.
oh, you're cutting out. Do you think, because you said you never really like hung out and was besties, but do you, with everything you've witnessed in the last what has it been, like 103 days, I believe? Clearly you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but I mean, you personally, in your heart, do you think it's possible, since you didn't hang out with her or be too close with her like that, do you think it's possible that she could have put on the act and played you? Not just other people putting it in your gut, but you would only question that if you had a little bit of red flags yourself, right? And unless I'm understanding it wrong, I think you did question it personally after people put it into your head. I say do whatever it takes to shine light on Summer. I respect Cher because she went into the belly of the beast to find answers, in my opinion. Oof. Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Well, we all did. You did, I did. Mark did a little until he's like, oh. Yeah, it was a little bit of, I mean, we have my opinion on who started that. And then, yeah, of course, I mean, you have to understand Dawn and Candace wanting to defend themselves, no matter what you think. You have to understand that desire that you're on attack on the level and wanting to defend yourself. Thank you,
I
Special
know it too
Skills.
well.
What'd you say? You know too well?
Yeah, I know that that feeling, that need to feel like you've redeemed yourself, like you've lashed back at the people are lashing at you, and I get that. It's a natural part of being a human. It's called ego.
Mm-hmm. No, she absolutely doesn't have to. She wouldn't be attacked, but I mean, I'm not going to lie and say don't have questions either. That's not me. I'm not going to just say because it was put out, I believe it all. I mean, I have my own personal thoughts and opinions, and she knew people would when she put that out, but I don't feel that I'm attacking her. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm just saying, and as you guys say, she's probably leaving certain things out because TBI told her to. And I understand that. That's all I'm saying is that I think that there's certain things left out. That's all. And there is. And like you all said, because she probably had to. If I was Jody, I would, oh yeah, that's fine. Will the guy that lived there for a short time and always posted pictures of missing girls let you interview him? Oh, well, that's JD, right? Isn't that who it is, Bunny? JD, right?
Jackie Da. Yep, Jackie Da.
I'm pretty sure he's not doing interviews with anybody.
Pretty sure he's hiding in his shell somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They did. Their stories always. Ah, they did. They stayed the same, I guess. No, I guess that's not really true. I don't even know. Like, as I'm like doing this, I'm like, why did I even schedule this today? Thank you. Yeah, and that makes me sad too. And obviously, when she said after that it was held and threatened, yeah, I don't really, yeah, I have thoughts and opinions about that, but I'm gonna leave that alone. She didn't speak to the public because I was still living there and was getting harassed. Yeah, there's that too. It could be Selena. But there's a part of me, and I've discussed this with some people. There was a part of me that says, if Grandma Candace was actually like a suspect in this, there's no way she'd be able to leave state.
Problem.
If she's a witness and a witness that's scared, she would be allowed to leave state.
Right. Say, hey, if you want to go out of town, why don't you let us know?
Yeah. So I'm going from her being more of a witness that they're protecting, and that's why she was allowed to leave state, than being a suspect. Hey, gotta go. Keep up doing you. Thanks, checking. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, I just want to, you guys, I can't, like, lie no matter, like, what it is. I have to say what my opinions are. And if it makes somebody else angry at me or not talk to me, I guess that's what happens. But my opinions on this, like, it's just that. It's my opinions and it's how I feel. I'm not saying I'm right, though.
Okay.
Have my theories shared. Can you drop the link?
Oh, it's in this.
Yeah, sure, we'll try this. Yeah, sure, we'll drop the links. Let me take this out of here for a little bit.
Is Jody Sue coming up?
I don't think so. Some people are saying if she comes up, somebody else, Jamie asked, or somebody else asked. Thank you, a little bit. Yeah, we gotta to me it's the only way to keep her name, because that's what you're supposed to do, in my opinion, in true crime. You're supposed to look for the answers. You're supposed to look for what's missing. And there's a lot. There's a lot of unanswered questions. There's a lot missing. Clearly.
A whole little girl's missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm a female, right? So I always think, like, when it's in my head, I know, and it's facts, and I know, and there's no telling me different. But I've been wrong also. So all I can go as of my experience in getting to know people in this circus, if you will, and how it makes me feel and what I think. Oh, it should be in the chat. Hold on, let me do it again. There you go. Right, Susie. Okay. Hey, Terry.
Hey.
I like your nail polish. It's very summery of you in the fall.
This was for my grandmother. I don't know if can you even hear me?
Yes.
No?
I can hear you.
Oh, you can. Yeah, one for my grandmother. My grandmother liked the really bright colors. So yeah. Hi guys. How are you? Hey, Benny.
I'm gonna add you now, Autism Mama, if you want your camera on still or not. It's up to you. But I am gonna add you now.
Do what?
There you go. We have Autism Mama
okay,
up here
wait
also.
a second.
Uh-oh.
What do I have on? It's me. Sorry
it's
again.
You. Hi,
Okay.
Autism Mama.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Hey, girl, let me tell you, your story, your growing up story is very similar to me. But yeah, I got my theories on this with Summer Wells because I was watching, I watch a lot of people, and I got into you a couple weeks ago when I guess you popped up on somebody's thing, so I hit you and I got into you listening to you. You're really good at what you're doing. I know what you're doing, and you're really good at it.
Thank you.
So keep on doing what you're doing. But there is more to this, and I don't know if you do believe in in tarot readers or card readers, or I am not one. Don't get me wrong, I am not one. I just don't doubt in all of them. Now there are some that I do doubt, but there was one lady that I ran into today, and she blew my shit. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Is it Donna?
Huh?
Is it Donna?
I don't remember her name. She's got curly hair, a white lady, a younger lady. It's not oh god, now I can't even think. I'm on a brain freeze.
Not Reverend Donna, or I think that's
no,
her name.
no, it's not her. No.
Okay.
I don't know who that is, but no. But it's a younger girl. And something spirit is her name. not Spirit Seeker Squad. It's something spirit. And she was doing the dowsing rods, and she was asking questions that the people had put in her chat. So she had asked about the church. She had asked about SA, and that it came back. A lot of things came back about the church and SA all involved. Several guys by both. Two of them are both named David. They have essayed her, and also what she said was one thing that really piqued my mind is that she said Don doesn't know this because he'll be at work most of the time, but that what's her name, Candus, grandma and the mother, okay, both Candaces used to well Grandma Candace knew about it, but the mother Candace would, when Don would be at work, she would let guys come over there and essay her daughter for money.
Oh man.
So that she was being essayed through people from the church. There was at least 7 people she named that came back as a wide open yes. That have essayed her, and that there are police involved. There is corruption within the police. That they have officers involved that have done things. Also that, have taken money to cover an eye.
Yeah, I've
one
said that all along.
Real expensive. That one church guy that has the real expensive house and stuff. He's into more than just church stuff. He's into more illegal activities to where he's getting his funds. Yeah, but I mean, the things that she said, and she said that she kept getting, in her spirit box, she kept getting Summer's voice saying, my pee hurts. And she was like, I knew that was Summer because that's something my kids would say. And I'm like, that's true, because like my son's not going to say, hey, my privates hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just like what she said really was interesting to me, because it was like there has to be a lot more players in this. Oh, and the big thing is that she is in a box in a septic tank.
Yeah, that's just, I mean...
It'll tell you everything except for exactly right where she is. That's phenomenal. Like, every case, those EVP boxes will tell you everything you need to know, except for the actual location. Like, they need to work that bug out or something. I don't know what's up with that, but that's some bullshit is what it is.
I don't know. Do you guys really believe that? With the psychics?
Hell no.
The thing of it is, I do think there are real psychics out there, people who do know things, where I don't think they are. I don't think they're on YouTube trying to make a buck off of somebody else.
They're not.
They're not. They're behind the scenes. They don't want this gift that often they'll
it's not a gift. That's just
exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Anyone that goes on the internet and act like being a psychic is a gift, run the other way, because schizophrenics don't look at it as a gift. It's just like being a schizophrenic in a way. Okay?
Right.
Like, I believe in good detective work, great prosecutorial work, and excellent sentencing. That's what I believe in.
Yeah. And
I
and a lot
believe
of this
in
information.
psychics and
go
stuff,
ahead.
but like you said, I mean, I also believe in if they have a real gift, they're not like I have a couple. There is actually I do believe Reverend Donna some parts, and just like you said, Terry, because she shared and she shared for free. In fact, she shared on somebody else's channel because she didn't even want to really talk about this case, I don't think. But she was spot on with JJ and Tylee from the Lori Daybell case. I can't, like, I went back and watched those videos. Yeah.
And also that the boys have been essayed.
I believe that because
and Don and Don did essay Summer.
See, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. It hasn't been proven.
Yes.
I just think we need to be really careful.
Yeah, that is
we need to be careful.
Nothing that we I know that there's those leaked CPS reports out, but again, I just think that's wrong, whether they're fake or even if they're true. I think it's wrong because that stuff happening to those boys is nobody else's business or right to be leaking, but those boys when they are ready.
See that. I haven't seen that anywhere, but thank God, because
actually, if I could say something real quick, there's actually a Facebook group called Inconsistencies in the Summer Wells group. It's a private group, but in there, they're actually right now they're breaking down the many clerical spelling errors that Ziggy put in her CPS reports that she leaked, amongst a couple of other creators, and they are finding consistencies in the spelling errors. So that's a good thing to know there.
You did say
that's even more
inconsistencies, right?
Yeah.
You said inconsistencies. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I caught so much shit from her for debunking all of that.
That lady, I'll tell you what, like, we know, I would say very seldom, if ever, does a CPS report go out that has anything misspelled.
Right.
It goes to a court, it gets recorded, like, that stuff don't get put out there like that, and shame on Ziggy for doing that. Yeah. Shame on Ziggy.
Shame on you for doing that, especially if it's fake. I mean, it's not good either way, but it's bad. Like, right. I don't like that whatsoever. Again, if it was true, that's up to, like, one of those boys is 13 now, I believe. 12, 13. I'm sorry. I have a 13-year-old son.
And that they also have apparently been taught to essay Summer.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I don't like in the chat you guys are being disrespectful to Autism Mama. She's just saying she's welcome to have her thoughts and opinions. And if she believes in the psychics that she's talking about, like, that
Absolutely.
stuff is welcome to be discussed here on this platform. As I said, it doesn't mean you guys have to believe it. Yeah, just ignore them.
I can't see the chat. So whoever's talking obviously does not know me at all, and I don't care.
Yeah, no, just ignore that. It's fine. I'm actually I
can't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. What you see.
People are saying that I should just like stop you from saying what you're saying, whatever. But again, it's not about stopping people from having their freedom of speech and their thoughts and opinions on this. It's not. That's not what we're doing. And if you if you don't agree with it, that's okay.
About you, sure. That's what we respect about you. You have your platform for whatever and different people believe. It doesn't mean you have to believe it.
Yes, exactly.
There's things that I don't believe in. There's things that you said that I didn't believe. Like, I was like, yeah, okay, I don't really think so. But, it's your channel, so I have to say, okay, let her say it. You know what I mean?
Bye, Benny.
Where did he go?
Hopped off.
No, but I don't want to say anything bad, so I'm gonna keep quiet and listen for a minute.
Oh, don't let people. Punksy, hey, yes, it's
Oh,
Terry.
nobody's gonna shut me up. I can tell you
Yes,
that.
hi, Punksy. I'm
Punksy, I
waving,
got
but
your
you
emails. I
can't
did
see
not
me.
reply yet. Sorry, I will though. I haven't opened up much because, like I said, to get to even emails or Facebook messages or comments, like I'm going to leave the comments on for y'all. And yes, absolutely. If you come in the comment section to be negative, I'm deleting that shit. And when you come back under another profile, because you've got many alt accounts, because you're nothing but a troll, to
Who are you
say,
talking about? I am lost.
oh, I'm talking about just people in general that come to hate me and come leave me nasty comments. That's what I'm talking about. So anyways, if you come back under your troll account to then say, oh, deleting messages, you're damn right. I'm going to delete the messages when you're coming in there to just be nasty. So, because I've been turning comments off, which isn't fair to the people who want to continue the conversation and to the people who are respectful. So I will leave the comments on, but if my mods will try to, if you're in the comments and you see something that you think is nasty or whatever, yeah, go ahead and get rid of it, because I have to get to a good comment to even respond to you guys. I feel bad when I don't, but I have to go through 100 nasty ones to get to one nice one. And it
I would
does.
like to be a mod if that's okay with you.
Yeah, email me after this.
Oh God, now you're asking me something I don't even know.
Are you in the, have you chatted in here?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't remember. Yeah, I did, because I asked you to drop the link.
Okay, so email me after this. We'll chat, and I'll definitely make you a mod. But yeah,
you'll have to give me your email somehow.
Okay.
Put it in private chat or something.
Oh, it's I hear voices19@yahoo.com.
Whoa. I'm going to write that down. So
it's in my
you gotta give me a minute. I gotta find a pen now. You got me. My mind's doing swirls for a minute. Everybody does these chats and then tells me email, and I'm like, I can't remember my own email.
Hey, changes.
You said all lowercase?
Yeah, I don't think it matters. It's I hear voices 19.
I hear voices 19.
That's interesting. You think Tibetans are innocent, huh?
And what's the rest?
At yahoo.com.
At Yahoo.
You guys, that Stray Kitty has been coming back, and I want her.
I know. Like, one thing is that I like that you will make up your mind on something, but if you feel like what you decided later down the road, if you feel like you've made a mistake in your choices, you will change it. You will openly say, you know what, if you don't like it, oh well. But you know, this is what I believe right now. And like you said it like several times, I've seen where you've done with the Don, you know, like, Don, don't talk to me. You know what I mean? I'm like, this motherfucker's stupid, but okay.
Like, don't talk to me right now. It's not in your best interest with how I'm feeling.
Okay, Don, don't talk to me. Do you not get that? Like, I think that's all that drugs they're doing or something. That Tennessee meth.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I know that for at least the last couple days, in my opinion, they've been sober.
Oh, I'm probably sure.
So,
where are they at?
I'm not saying.
They're not in jail, are they?
No.
Without getting into any detail, do you think it has anything to do with maybe a case plan? Or you don't even want that question?
What was it again?
would it have anything to do with the case plan? I don't want to be talking about the boys. I know that that's off limits, but are you
like did
talking
they
about
get
Don and
drink or
Candace?
get high because of the DFS case?
Yeah, they're not in
Are you
jail.
talking about? Right. Okay.
Yeah, no,
That's
they're
Just so
what you're saying.
yeah, they're so yes, I'm
okay.
talking. Sorry, Terry, I didn't understand what you were saying. Yes, I'm talking about Don and Candace. Yes, I can. They have been sober recently.
So they're working on things.
I believe so.
Okay,
Well, I
that's good
hope
to
to
know.
God they don't get very far.
I mean, I don't. Hey, we. I mean,
Well, I mean, as a person like me and you with your story, you know, it's something that, you know, if that's the background that these children are going through, then they don't need to be in that position with them kids.
mm-hmm. I mean, if it's true,
And I'm
yeah.
going to tell you because, like, I have a family member who I hate to acknowledge, but he is my brother by my sperm donor side of the family. And this man is in prison for serial raping young children, his children included. And he actually is getting out because the state is letting him out in 2031 because his kids are scared to testify against him. So they're letting him out. And I think that's disgusting. It's foul what he did to his children. He ripped them away from their mother for their whole childhood. You know, like they've been in state custody. You know what I mean? Like, and his man gets to walk out after doing 15 years. You know, like I get to walk out and I'm free. You know, like you already failed the registry for, you know, and you continue to or you continue to SA people, like, or our people. So, you know, like, yo, he is a sick-minded person, and this man doesn't need to be on the streets. You know, like, I don't understand how the system works. They let the ones go that really need to be held responsible. And like ones that are peeing on the side of the street are getting tickets for being now at the register of sex offenders. You know that? Sarah.
No, I didn't. Hold on. I want to address something really quick. Sorry. Shandi, I'm not going to delete that stupid comment or you, but to say that, what to say, I understand Cher talks it on for content for her channel, but to continue this circus is repulsive, very hypocritical. That's interesting. Hold on. No, I've been quiet for days, not coming on here when I could actually come on here, use their name, and just totally bash everything and put all of my thoughts and opinions out, which I haven't. So you actually sound dumb right now, in my opinion, for that comment. Because if that's what I was doing, I'd be on here 4 to 5 times a day doing live streams, and trust me, there'd be people in here. So no, I've been quiet for damn near a week now, and even covered other things other than wells. I don't know what you're doing in here if that's what you honestly believe.
And then you catch shit for that. You know, oh, and then you forget all
whoever he is, let him just talk his shit. Like for real, we know what is what, you know. And I mean the stories. I mean, people talk too much. If you'd learn to shut the fuck up, you wouldn't catch yourself up.
Okay, amen to that. But I'm going to be ending this. Thanks, Autism Mama.
Okay.
And you're welcome back. And email me. You wrote my email down. You can email me.
Yeah, I'm going to email you. Because what time do you usually do your lives? Because see, I don't know where you're located. Oh, you're in Canada.
I do my lives. It varies. Sometimes I just pop up and do them. Other times I do them usually Thursday nights. And then Saturday nights, usually, Mr. Sharon and I have a joint channel and we just hang out on that channel. True crime usually spills over there, but we try not to. We try to just have that a fun channel to relax and let loose.
Yeah, I'm in Delaware, so I'm trying to catch, like, I can't catch none of the West Coast stuff because it's always like they're going when I'm in bed for my son. You know, I got an autistic son, so I have to go to bed when he goes to bed because it's not long that he sleeps for.
What's your time zone?
I am on the Eastern Coast. I'm on I'm in the Eastern Coast.
Okay, I'll try and keep that in mind when I plan shows.
Yeah, so right now it's 3:15 where I'm at.
Yeah, that usually works for the Eastern. Your times work great for the Eastern.
But yeah, like share, because I don't catch everything on your email. I'm gonna leave you my number and see like if you can text me or something and let me know you're going live and I'll hop on.
Okay, that sounds good.
You know, as long as it's like I'm not in the middle of sleeping or you know what I mean.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, I'll look for your email. Thanks, Autism Mama.
All right, I'm gonna email you right now.
Okay.
All right.
Terry.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
How are you?
I'm okay. Oh,
good.
Shoot. Okay, so what are you thinking? I know you watch these videos also, and you didn't get much time to talk. So before I end this, I just kind of want to get like, where are you at? And I'm sorry, I haven't been responding much, but I haven't been responding much to everybody.
It's okay.
I've just been
it's okay.
in my own little funk right now.
Yeah, it's hard. Well, you know, I did hear the videos and watch them, and I believe the neighbor. I believe that she heard what she heard and she saw what she saw, and it all makes sense to me. Like where they're at, that they can see each other, that she could hear them.
Mm-hmm.
And it also makes sense to me that why she waited so long, that she wanted to get out of there. The one thing I caught, because she kept saying a number of times that that Candus and the boys had nothing to do with it. Candus and the boys had nothing to do with it, which kind of says, gee, she's not saying Don didn't have anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she likes Don. See, I mean, he was on the phone. She did say that when Candus pulled up in the truck, he was there on speakerphone and she could hear him. But I think because they, Candus and Jody shared that sister bond of abuse. You know, because when she was talking about taking pictures of each other, she wasn't talking about family pictures. That's not what I heard. I was hearing, you know, that she just wasn't going to mention his name. I could be wrong, but she did say she thought that she was taken. The muffled scream that her daughter heard.
Said, but so I do believe what she's saying. I do. I just think there's things left out, whether they're left out because TBI told her to or left out because other people told her to. I've come out and already said what I have witnessed behind the scenes and hearing things and seeing things, screenshots and things. I've had conversations with Dawn where I'm like, there's a plan where you like, you know, to cover their own butts or whatever. Like, I'm sorry. I've come out and I've said it. You guys have witnessed it in our lives and heard things. And there's still a lot of stuff that If people think that I just want views and money, you have no idea what I'm holding on to and what I will hold on
Oh,
to
no,
until the
no.
day.
And
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. Until the
and
day that there's
I
answers and
never
somebody
ever thought
walked
that.
away. Yeah. So
Yeah, exactly.
I have lots of opinions and things. Now let's look at this. Or actually, I can't show screenshots. I will post screenshots in the community post after this for everyone to see. Dawn thinks that the videos that Jody Sue did were good. Now, in my opinion, they're not good. Why does Dawn think they're good? Because they don't mention him in the videos.
Right.
And Dawn told me, well,
Right.
it's fine. We thought the video was good. She can't say anything about me because I was at work all day and not home. Okay, well, that's weird you're saying that because you're right. She didn't mention you at all. But at the same time, under the same breath, she is giving hints to things. She's saying, we took pictures of things. I'm sorry, but any woman who's been through DV knows exactly what she means by that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so you're sitting there on the same videos where, yeah, you're not mentioning Don, but you're not painting him in a good light either. You're
Right.
telling everyone he's abusive to Candus.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if people
which,
read between the
it's,
lines.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I agree with you 100% there, because that's exactly what I heard between the lines. It's.
Yeah, you guys, she didn't
I just
mention
don't
Grandis
think
because
I'm going to note.
it's my belief that fuck it, I'm done. I'll just say it. It is my belief, the part where they say Candace dropped off grandma. Grandma had a hurt knee. She was in the hospital, and when you're in the ER, and you are a little bit older, like Grandis, and talking about pain, you're more likely to be getting some IV or even just something medical there at the doctor. If you're in a lot of pain, they're probably going to hook you up to an IV and give you a little something. I could see her being drowsy and tired. She gets dropped off and goes to bed. Again, if she is a suspect, she's not leaving that state. That's why I think she's a witness and she's allowed to leave and be in another state. Cheshire, yes. Again, I only put my thoughts and opinions out. And as I get more answers and learn more things, sometimes my thought and opinions, they change. And for people who think that that's wrong or bad, I'm okay with you thinking that, because I also don't believe for 1 minute that your opinions aren't changing. And if they aren't changing, that tells me you aren't actually investigating and researching into the case. You're just running with
Right.
The opinion and narrative that you already have in your head, and that's the people you're listening to, and you're stuck on that. And that's okay. That's okay to do. I mean, that's to each their own. But me, I've always been curious. And so, yes, my opinions and my thoughts, they change. I'm also a female, okay? And not to quote like Wendy Williams, but I love her. And she is also called a flip-flopper on her talk show, because she will say one thing and then sometimes she learns something else and she'll change that on her talk show, and people give her shit for that. And she always is like, I'm a girl, I'm allowed to change my mind, leave me alone. And I just think that's hilarious. Like, it's true.
Yeah.
You're not doing research at all into anything if you're not going to change your mind. You can't find me one true crime case where I haven't gone back and forth 100 times in my head as I've dug more into it. So if you're not flip-flopping, you're not digging into shit or researching, but you're dogging me for doing it. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. By the way, the other thing I wanted to mention with the videos was that timeline. I think most of us thought that, I was back in the house in 2 minutes. Even according to the videos, it was like, there was like an hour and 47 minutes.
Yeah.
That between the time the scream was heard and the time Candace, drove the truck up to Jody. So, we're talking a couple of hours, which is kind of what I was thinking in the first place. I'm not, I think, even if she said to the boys to watch her, ultimately it was her responsibility. But I just want to go back and forth with that in my head, because you don't want to blame somebody who doesn't have their child with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to be really careful and thoughtful about that.
Yeah, I get it. And I hate to cut this short, you guys, or it hasn't been really short, but my phone's at 4% now.
Mm.
So I am going to have to end it. Perry, we should plan something now that I'm back for now.
Yeah, we got to. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, everyone in the chat who's been respectful. Thank you to the new members and the super chats, and Terry, Benny, and Autism Mama for joining on panel. And mods, thank you for the battle I put you guys in, just because you're on this platform with me and helping. You guys are soldiers, and I love you.
Yep.